Australia head over heels about this team, about this superstar. What a hit.
And Mary Fowler has a brace.
Van Egmond! Emily Van Egmond! But that might just top the lot.
It's a sea of green and gold with a little bit of purple thrown in at Robina Stadium this evening on the land of the CommBank people on the Gold Coast. Match 2 of the 2-game series against the South American champions Brazil. And for the 16th time in a row on home soil, Australia's favourite sporting team will play in front of a sellout crowd of nearly 30,000 people. Well, these two sides met in a very physical encounter in Brisbane just 3 days earlier. The team ranked number 8 in the world, Brazil, the South American champions, emerging 3-1 winners over the Matildas on what was a special night for Claire Polkinghorne, the Australian footballer, men or women, with the most caps for her country with 168. And this evening it's another special night as Emily Van Egmond, the Matildas number 10, wears the captain's armband and will lead her team out as the Matildas go looking for a little bit of revenge, it must be said. Tommy Simani's been forced into a late change as well. We've already had our first little bit of drama this evening with Arsenal fullback and Matilda's captain Steph Catley withdrawing at the last moment. We'll have more of that in a couple of moments' time. This is the 23rd meeting between these two sides. And the Battle of Brisbane, as Andy Harper coined it in the pre-game show, was in keeping with the history of the meetings between these two sides. The last big one was back at the World Cup in 2019. The miracle of Montpellier will remain a great memory for fans of the green and gold. But this evening, they'll be looking just to erase the memory of 3 days earlier. It was tough, it was confronting, and above all, it was defeat. A third of 2024 for the Matildas, and they are looking to set the record straight this evening.
We now ask those who are able to please stand for the national anthem of Brazil. We now ask those who are able to remain standing for the national anthem of Australia.
rousing renditions of the two national anthems in front of this packed house, and no love lost between these two sides. We know it's going to be the next installment. The Matildas still smarting after that 3-1 defeat. There's a lot of energy around this Brazil camp at the moment. They're all smiles, and well they might be. The new generation, walking in the shadows of legends, are starting to make a name for themselves. Australia's golden generation will be looking to just provide some answers of their own this evening as they pose for the official team photo. Well, let's have a look at our two starting lineups for this evening's clash then. Late drama for the Matildas as Tommy Simani was forced into a fourth change as Courtney Nevin comes in at left back for Steph Catley, who went off with what we hope is not a recurrence of a calf injury she has suffered in the past, and it's been an injury-plagued campaign for her so far at Arsenal. Elsewhere in goal, Liverpool FC keeper Tiga Maika comes back in. It's her first start in nearly a year to the day since the friendly series in Canada. Tamiki Yallop will play in the number 10 role in front of Kyra Cooney-Cross, and Emily Van Egmond, who celebrates her 151st cap, second in the all-time list alongside Cheryl Salisbury. Up front, Michelle Heyman, who didn't feature in Brisbane, is there. There's the coin toss. It is Emily Van Egmond who has won the toss. They will take the ball, and there you can see a very special moment for Ellie Carpenter, who is named the 2023 AFC Women's Player of the Year for an international-based player, the 24-year-old who plays for Olympique Lyonnais, following in the footsteps of some great Matildas players to be recognised on the continental stage. Well, there are 6 changes for Brazil, and their coach, Arthur Elias. Lorena, who finished the game in goal, well, she starts this evening after coming off the bench in Brisbane. Yasmin, Faye Palermo and Marilia all went off injured 3 days ago. Vittoria Cagliao was sent off. So in come Kaká and Lauren in defence. Angelina will wear the captain's armband in the middle of the park. Adriana and Giovanna, who both came off the bench in Brisbane, start tonight alongside the 2-goal hero from Brisbane, Amanda Gutierrez. And there is Arthur Elias, the man who took Corinthians to 5 consecutive Brazilian First Division titles and 3 Copa Libertadores, is doing wonders since taking over from Pia Sundhage. And there is Tom Simani, Australia's favourite uncle, stepping back into the breach when his adopted country called him. The man that arrived in Australia from Scotland in the early 80s. Our referee this evening is Kim Yoo-jong. She's being assisted by the Australian Park Mi-suk, and Yoon Eun-hee. Oh Hyun-jong, who took charge of the game in Brisbane 3 days earlier, is the 4th official. There is Giovanna, who got the 3rd goal in Brisbane. After the Battle of Brisbane, it's time for the rumble in Robina. A second heavyweight bout in the world of women's football. The Matildas ranked 15th in the world against the South American champions and Olympic finalists, Brazil, smarting from a 3-1 loss in Brisbane. The Matildas, Grayscale, are looking to put the record straight this evening.
Well, they are, Robbie, and good evening. A night of redemption, certainly a night of revenge. Call them friendly, but from what we saw on Thursday night in Brisbane, it was anything but. There's a bit of fire in the belly about this Matilda side tonight.
And a lot has been made of the physicality, the athleticism, the aggression of Brazil. But what we also saw was a team of exceptional quality, an excellent organisation and tactical astuteness as well. So it's not just going to be all about the brawn, it's going to be about the brains as well this evening. Gutierrez. And here is Alina Gomes. She was excellent in Brisbane. Courtney Vines, teammate in the NWSL, getting down the left-hand side. She's very right-footed, but that ball's made it all the way through. It was Gabby Portillo who went down in the area under the challenge. She was asking for a penalty. Referee says play on.
Well, a little early warning sign for the Matildas. Really how the ball got its way all across there in the 6-yard box.
There,
yeah,
Claire Hunt.
Just a bit of attention.
Here's Angelina. As we heard in the pre-game show, champion of North America. There's Gio's touch. Oh, it's allowed to drop to Gutierrez, and that's a brilliant save from Micah. Well, she's back playing for Liverpool, and she's back between the posts for the Matildas. And she denies Brazil another early goal there. Duda Sampaio. Brazil playing in the Matildas' final third at the moment. Gomes. She's got Lauren outside her at left back, back with Duda Sampaio. Now Isa Haas, who was one of the stars, the enforcer at the back for Brazil. Long ball forward for Gabby Portillo and a corner to follow. Early pressure.
Well, nervy moments here for the Matildas, and Tegan Micah, she's an excellent shot stopper. Called into action on that occasion early, and for a goalkeeper who hasn't been between the sticks for a while for the national team, that one should fill her with confidence.
That was an absolutely outstanding save. Notwithstanding that, Amanda Gutierrez will feel she should have 3 goals in 2 games. Now Angelina to take with Gutierrez. Under pressure from Rasso. Gio plays it back in. Lauren. Cleared, but only as far as Angelina. Hits it first time across the face of goal. Nervy moments for the home side.
Well, Brazil really picked up where they left off from Thursday night. Great attacking intensity. And that is sweetly hit by Angelina. Collected that really well. Micah looked to have her far post covered. But not even 5 minutes in, and some really early warning signs.
Tegan Micah deciding to go long as Cooney Cross came short. Gets ahead on that for Courtney Nevin. The Leicester City defender. We can play centrally as well. Left-footed. Good set-piece taker as well, just like Steph Catley, who she replaces in the starting 11. Courtney Nevin.
Yeah, excellent to see Nevin back in the side, and of course, you never want to see that at the expense of a Steph Catley or any other player for that fact, but Nevin's really struggled to get match minutes in the national team, of course deputising to the likes of the Catley and others at times.
Caitlin Torpey more recently as well, who's been preferred to her at left back. She did start against Switzerland in the friendly last month, that 1-1 draw. Yallop, who's been in outstanding form for Brisbane Roar so far this season. There is Steph Catley, so all smiles. Let's hope that continues as well this evening. Heyman's glancing header was looking for Yallop, who's just running off, and that's a great touch around Claire Hunt. Gabby Portillo, she's quick. She's got Gutierrez and Gio in the middle. And it's Cooney Cross back doing the defending.
Great work right there by Cooney Cross. Had to be alert to the danger. You see the speed of Portillo, just drops the shoulder, streams into space, and Cooney Cross diligently does her defensive duties as well.
Long towards Hayley Rasso, sandwich between Lauren and Duda Sampaio. She's holding ahead. And All three players were entitled to go for the ball.
This is this little shift of weight, drop of the shoulder from Porchio. Left Claire Hunt in her dust. She's fast, Porchio. And another chance for Brazil. That delivery just a little behind the run of Gio. And this is a look at the contact. I think it was actually...
It's that boot just there from Duda Sampaio at the end.
Incidental, but nonetheless that one hurts in the back of the head for Hayley Raso.
As we know, though, and as we repeat often, it takes more than that to stop Hayley Raso. Amanda Gutierrez able to bring the ball down. Ellie Carpenter is there. Now her prize that she just was awarded, her award from the AFC, was for Player of the Year, international based. So different, and awarded for the first time this year as well, but different to the award already won by the likes of Kate Gill, Katrina Gorry, Caitlin Ford and Sam Kerr, the Asian Player of the Year award. But she has been a fantastic ambassador, and we talk about the number of caps. Well, she's got over 80 and she's only 24. You do get the feeling that Claire Polkinghorne's 168, as it stands, may yet be reached and overtaken by others, as Alana Kennedy has pulled up short there after being forced to sprint after that. It's the right ankle by the looks of things. Kaká, the number 14, who played no part in Brisbane, gets her start because the fullbacks Yasmin and Faye Palermo both came off injured in the second half. They finished the match with 9, as well as Vittoria Calleao being sent off. Porchio can't get the decisive touch that time. Van Egmond long, only as far as Issa Haas. Michelle Heyman will offer some physicality in that battle as well. Oh, and immediately Caitlin Ford and Kaká, and there's that early card. Well, we had to wait till the 70th minute for the first yellow card in Brisbane. The referee deciding to set the tone earlier here.
Well, it's blatant from Kaká, and it's seriously frustrating. Caitlin Ford making those feelings known, and understandably so.
Well, it was allowed to go too far in Brisbane. There's nothing wrong with a physical game, but there are rules.
Yeah, that's it. Not at the expense of the safety of players. So good to see the referee just look to get a grasp on the game nice and early, not allowing that kind of play to continue.
And they've played their way out brilliantly there, the Matildas, through Hunt and Nevin, and then forward to Ford. And now Heyman with a little bit of space against Angelina. The run from Raso, 2 forward in support. Hayley Raso. Lauren's been dragged out of position. Ford now against Kaká. And all of a sudden, a lot more respect being afforded Caitlin Ford from Kaká there.
Well, it's early in the game to nurse a yellow card, not even 10 minutes in. And when you're up against the likes of a Caitlin Ford, I know she's dazzling.
Issa Haas clears only as far as Raso. Carpenter wanted it. Rasso's shot was a difficult one for Lorena, and the Matildas fight back.
There's a nice bit of energy about this, isn't there, in the opening stanza. Raso struck that really sweetly as well. Lorena struggling to hold on to the strike. It didn't move in the air. But the Matildas, well, they spoke about coming out with a vengeance. They spoke about wanting to assert themselves on this game tonight. Well, they've certainly started brightly here.
Hayley Raso just clattering into Alina Gomez. Plays for the North Carolina Courage, where Courtney Vine also plays a football. And Charlotte McLean there as well, moving on from Sydney FC. The A-League Women champions at the end of last season. Ford, dispossessed by Adriana. But Ford doesn't give up. No such thing as lost cause. Well, it's great to see the smiles on the Brazilian bench, really. There are two sides out there going at it, hammer and tongs. And everyone in the stadium, just like Brisbane, is really excited by this matchup, loving the energy. Angelina for Gabi Portillo. Angelina gets another chance. Cross deeper this time. The header away by Van Egmond. Now Adriana trying to chip Tegan Micah from distance.
It's been a storied journey for Tegan Micah. We know that she was the preferred shot stopper at the previous Olympic Games, Tokyo. Played every game there, and then had difficulty with concussion, some awful injuries to try and manage, and so we had to work her way back in both the club and country football.
Played her first game of the season for Liverpool 2 weeks ago before this international break. Great to see her back between the posts at club level as well. Again, Gabi Portillo got there ahead of Claire Hunt. A little bit more dynamic. The number 18, who was one of the stars for Brazil in that run to the Olympic Games gold medal match. But they lost narrowly 1-0 to the United States. She was offside on that occasion. Hunt with Heyman. Here's Gio, all the way back to Lorena. She goes long, well played Claire Hunt. Emily Van Egmond can't bring it down. And Brazil are on the front foot again here. Gio pulling the strings with Gabi Portillo. Shooting opportunity, saved again by Tegan Micah. Low to her left.
Another good save. A different profile of save as well. And Gio, well, she was dangerous when she came on Thursday night. She started the game really well this evening too. But
it's another good stop.
Yeah, it is. A big left boot, a big left paw to cover that near post. Tegan Micah has started this game really well.
And it comes again now. Heyman can bring it down, but not for long. Lauren stealing back possession now. Angelina. The cross. It's over Kennedy. Hunt clears, driven back in. Van Egmond, and again a third time. Tamiki Yallop looks to close down Duda Sampaio. One of 4 Brazilian champions with Corinthians. Duda Sampaio, and of course the club coached by Archio Elias before he took over national team duties just over a year ago in September of 2023. Lauren, the cross in. Oh, it's a good header again. That was Kaká attacking that one. And Matildas' defence has to be a little more proactive. They've got to be getting first to these balls.
You can see Claire Hunt stream out to try and challenge that one, and nervously so. She was just half a second away from some heavy contact there.
Here's Yallop. Opportunity for her in her preferred number 10 role, or as a second striker this evening. She's just moved out left as Caitlin Ford's come central. Rasso, great touch to take her away from Lauren. Oh, but then the pass can't pick out Yallop on that left-hand side.
Getting to see a slightly Varied formation tonight, different to what we saw Thursday. So the 4 defenders at the back, Nevin, Hunt, Kennedy, Carpenter, which seemed to really favour the Matildas when they switched to that on the first game on Thursday evening.
That's another great touch from Rasso, and we're going to have another yellow card here. That's the 2 fullbacks for Brazil, both on cautions. 16 and a half minutes in.
Well, again, it's blatant. There's nothing subtle about it. It's the right call by the referee. And with both fullbacks holding on to a yellow card, just sends a message that you can't be playing like that.
Heyman just trying to divert the ball down into the path of Jallup. Overtook her national teammate Claire Polkinghorne with the most ever appearances for Brisbane Roar. 10 days ago did Tamika Jallup, 153 now. She trails her by about 40 in the national team caps. There's Emily Van Egmond. Made her debut for the Matildas back in 2010 under Tommy Samani against North Korea. Michelle Heyman with that touch. She made her debut in that 2-2 draw as well. Here's Caitlin Ford. She keeps it in. Carpenter is there in the area. Turns back out with Nevin. Her left foot. It's a great ball in. Rasso is there. Well, she may not be as quick as mobile down that left side as some of the other options, Courtney Nevin, but she has a fantastic left boot on her.
Well, it is a sublime delivery from Courtney Nevin. Has a little look up. The shape on this ball is so hard to defend against. All the goalkeeper can do is look to parry it away, and she's been hurt in the process. But that is a top delivery from Nevin. Very dangerous area to put the ball into. And Matilda's not too far off getting their first shot on target.
Now, I know you love a stat, Grace. And as we have a goalkeeper down receiving treatment, which happened a little bit in Brisbane. The match in Brisbane, in the end, went for 113 minutes from first whistle to last whistle. Only 49 minutes and 59 seconds ball in play. Less than 50 minutes of the 113 of the game. So to give a little bit of context, against Germany last month, 96 minutes total game time, 57 minutes ball in play. So less game time, more ball in play, and even more so against Switzerland, 64 minutes ball in play. So under 50 minutes played in Brisbane, and a lot of that, which frustrated the crowd, was these injuries that were treated, but in the end the player got back up and played on.
I can see you've got your stopwatch out, Robbie, adding up the time already for this one. But it did really frustrate not only the crowd, but the Matildas as well, not being able to get that continuity, that rhythm to the game.
Lorena da Silva Leice is back to her feet. Cap number 32 for her this evening. She was in goal, first choice during the Olympics as well. Now both sides came over and spoke to their coaches. Brazil is still huddled around Arthur Elias. Tommy Samani has had a quick word. The Matildas got their fluids on.
This is the first of two very good saves that Tegan Micah has started her game with. Different kind of saves, just demonstrating her quality.
And from two of the real dangers up front as well, Amanda Gutierrez and Gabi Portillo. Just the fourth international cap for Amanda Gutierrez, who finished second top scorer in Brazil. Oh, that's a great pass from Ford for Jallup. She shoots near post, Lorena saves.
And there's just so much more promise about the way the Matildas are moving forward tonight. The ball from Caitlin Ford, excellent. Tamika Yallop at the moment in fine form on a slightly non-preferred left foot, but still registers a shot. And the Matildas are spending a lot more time in their attacking half at the moment.
The throw from Nevin finds Ford. The ball will break for Ellie Carpenter. Carpenter taking on Lauren, going around her, shoots, palmed away by Lorena. Carpenter again with Cooney Cross. She's fouled by Amanda Gutierrez. The referee staying right on top of things.
I thought for a moment there Ellie Carpenter was going to unleash the shot on the first time of asking. Took a touch, dribbled around. It was a difficult angle to wrap her boot. A little pass back to Cooney Cross. This is clever. Touch inside, invites the pressure. Really clever play there by Cara Cooney Cross.
Cooney Cross with the right boot. Courtney Nevin with the left, standing over this free kick. It's Nevin that gives the signal, and she delivers into the danger zone. Good defensive header from Kaká. Oh, but Rasso's done brilliantly. Blocked by Lauren. It was that time. Rasso again, the touch back for Ford. Well, she can score them from that kind of distance.
Tidy. Rasso, Ford, nice little give and go. And Ford just on those areas on the edge of the box, well, opened up really kindly for her. She was just leaning back on the shot a little bit, which meant it was always rising.
I've just noticed behind the goal, Claudia, the Brazil third choice goalkeeper, is warming up. I'm not sure how serious Lorena's injury was. We saw Natasha try and play through injury in Brisbane before eventually ceding her place to Lorena. There she is. Claudia plays a football in the second division in Brazil. Semi-professional, first ever call-up to the national team. First ever time outside of Brazil as well. She said she thought the aeroplane trip was never going to end. She's heading back to sit down now, so she may have to just be a little bit patient before she gets that opportunity for a national team. The free kick is for Brazil, with the experienced Lauren, just 22 years of age, but approaching 30 caps for her country. Plays for Athletic Madrid, Atletico in Spain. Hilda Sampaio down with Angelina. Eleni Gomes with Gutierrez. The number 7 streaks away down this left-hand side again. Lauren delivers the cross. Hunt with the header. Now Adriana taking on Nevin. It's well defended.
Oh, she's done especially well there, Courtney Nevin. Again, the ball dropped kindly to a Brazil player, and Courtney Nevin quick on the moment.
Nevin's Leicester City currently sitting 10th in the WSL, the English First Division. Michelle Heyman was almost playing in England this season. The photo of her in her West Ham kit waiting for the deal was leaked. But before the signature was on the piece of paper, unfortunately.
It's really pleasing to see Michelle Heyman with a start tonight for the Matildas since the return to the national team side. What she's been able to produce.
Oh, Rasso's done brilliantly to get there and still fighting. Yallop trying to curl it beyond Lorena, who'd backpedaled. Kennedy's done well there with the difficult bouncing ball, but they have to be careful. Elena Gomez takes the throw quickly for Amanda Gutierrez. Here's Adriana, she's dangerous, already scored against Australia as well. Shot blocked by Nevin. Gabi Porcillo again with Adriana. Angelina. Duda Sampaio. Looking for a little dink over the top towards Gabi Porcillo. It was a good idea. Foul by Cooney Cross, bundling over the Orlando Pride midfielder.
Cooney Cross just making her presence known. Shoulder in the back. Just looking to assert herself on this game a little more so than what we saw on Thursday evening. I think she started brightly, involved in more play going forward.
Seven shots apiece so far in an end-to-end battle here at Cebus Stadium in Robina on the Gold Coast. Oh, it's a cheeky little glancing effort.
Almost caught Tegan Micah off guard.
Heyman, was she fouled? No, says the referee this time.
She's a great target player, Michelle Heyman. Still sprightly, still fast, but what she does offer tonight is a real physical presence. That more traditional hold-up kind of striker can receive the ball to feet, bounce in players beneath her, and of course a great aerial presence as well, really good in the air.
And plays of football week in, week out, right here in the A-League women's competition for Canberra United. The all-time leading goal scorer in the competition. The first time pass for Gabi Porcillo. She's in here, the Brazilian, and she scores. She makes no mistake at the third time of asking. Drills the ball into the roof of the net. They had the extra player. Nevin was caught in two minds, and there was nothing Tegan Micah could do about that.
Well, it was sharp, it was slick, it was a quick move from Brazil, and you can just see the field stretch. The first time ball through is lethal for the Matildas' defensive line, and Porcillo does not miss from there. A touch out in front, a little glance up. Tegan Micah has been excellent to begin, but that is a superb finish.
And you can see what it meant on that Brazilian bench. It may just be a friendly match, but they are building a culture here. Archer Elias, they will host the Women's World Cup in 2027. And like Australia did under Tony Gustafsson in the 3 years leading up to hosting a World Cup, they are looking to build their side, build their culture, build their philosophy, and bring in what looks like a devastatingly tough and talented new generation of player.
Well, it's a team that's still relatively inexperienced compared to what's out there for the Matildas tonight.
Here's Gabi Porcillo again. No way past Claire Hunt.
Inclusion of Adriana and Angelina in tonight's starting squad, some of the most experienced players on the team, but the goal scorer still not even 30 appearances for her country. It's a young team, but a very bright one for Brazil's future.
The fourth international goal for Gabi Porcillo. We've got a couple of important goals during the Olympic Games as well, in the quarterfinals and semi-finals. Ball in towards Duda Sampaio. Here's Adriana. Not far away. She scored in the 3-1 loss to Australia back in 2021.
Adriana has got onto this really nicely. The speed in which she takes her first touch and gets the shot away. Yes, she's displayed it over the crossbar. But pressure from the Matildas came a little too late.
Being grabbed by Issa Haas, but look at the space here for Caitlin Ford. Down the right-hand side, Rasso in the middle. She'll get another chance, Ford. Down towards the byline. Again, it's blocked. Lauren doing the defending, and much better at the second time of asking.
As much as we spoke about Brazil's physicality on Thursday night, the defensive desperation was excellent as well, and we're seeing that in this opening 30 minutes again tonight. Don't give up on the chase and don't give up on the ball.
The Matildas take on Chinese Taipei on Wednesday and Saturday in this coming week as well in Melbourne and GMHBA Stadium in Geelong. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you don't want to miss out. Just search Matildas and you will have your opportunity to be a part of the party. Heyman went without it. Both of those matches also on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus, of course. Your home of all things Australian football. Gio with Lauren. Now Angelina. Adriana. Gabby Portillo. It's a great return ball. Oh, and they were so close to a second. Adriana could possibly have taken an extra touch in the box. She had so much time and space. And Amanda Gutierrez still almost finished it off.
Well, it would have been a delightful team goal. The little flick back slightly scuffs the shot into the turf.
Looks to the bench in disbelief. Did the coach see that? I think he did. Now we have Duda Sampaio, who's down. I saw her lose a shin pad in a challenge about a minute earlier. So it's another opportunity for everybody to come in. Very humid, nearly 80% humidity on the Gold Coast this evening. Torrential rain until about 2 hours before kickoff, when it abated. And now, apart from the humidity, the slickness of the pitch is just about perfect for football.
Yeah, it's beautiful down there. Really good surface and it's playing well. It's been a fast start to this game, as it was on Thursday night as well. And this is a look at that first-time pass that really opened up the Matildas' defence. It's a blistering strike. But for Adriana to release that ball on the first time of asking, very, very difficult to recover from.
And just as it was in Brisbane, there are plenty of Brazil fans who might not necessarily be able to discern them. Their yellow is a little bit paler than the rich gold of the Australian jerseys around, but there are plenty of them in the crowd. What a goal threat those two pose. And heading forward, Gabby Portillo, maybe 29 years of age, but Amanda Gutierrez is just 23 with a big future. Well, Brazilians and football means party.
Well, another little stoppage, and we spoke about the time added on. Just a little moment to regroup, 10 minutes just before the half-time break.
Well left by Heyman for Rasso. Looking for forward first time. It's well defended again by Kaká. Cooney Cross coming short, looking for the ball. Carpenter inviting the pressure from Gomis. Michael looks long, but Angelina's going to get there. Duda Sampaio has recovered. And it looked like she was fouled there. Referee says play on. Cooney Cross can't match the run of Yallop. And again, Gio and Rasso in the wrestling match. Rasso looking to the fourth official and the assistant there on this near side. Heyman gets the free kick. Let's head down to Niamh Owens, who's on the sidelines for us. Niamh, we can see the intensity from up here. How is it down on the sidelines?
Oh, it's terrific, Robbie. The crowd is absolutely frothing over this matchup tonight. Interestingly, I can see we've got Natasha Pryor here on the sideline having a very good yarn with Leah Blaney, one of the assistant coaches.
We might just cut you off there. Oh, it's another great save from Tegan Micah, denying Amanda Gutierrez. Go ahead, Niamh, finish.
Sorry, Robbie. So a potential change. It'd be a debut for Natasha Pryor when she does enter the fray, playing for the Newcastle Jets in the A-Leagues. And she started to warm up a little bit earlier when we saw Alana Kennedy carrying that bit of an ankle injury. Thankfully, Lance seems fine out there now, but Natasha Pryor continues the warm-up on the sideline.
Thank you, Niamh, as we just see that replay again from Amanda Gutierrez. Really good stop from Tegan Micah. She has had to be on top of her game to keep the Matildas in the contest at the moment. They've had chances, but there's no denying that Brazil have been the better side again in the first half here. Duda Sampaio back with Amanda Gutierrez. Angelina. Her cross in, Emily Van Egmond, who plays in the North American League for the San Diego Wave.
Cooney Cross copped the full brunt of that shot from Gutierrez. And she hit with some venom.
Well, the XG is quite even between the two sides because the Matildas have had their chances, but I mentioned about 10 minutes ago it was 7 shots apiece. Well, now it's 12 shots to 7 in Brazil's favour, and that last one was on target. There were a couple that were near misses as well as the corner. Here's Amanda Gutierrez again. Cross this time is perfect to the back post. And I think it's Lauren who got the touch, her first ever international goal. And her teammates have understood that as they come to celebrate from everywhere.
Well, it's another really well-worked finish by Brazil, this time off a set piece, the short corner. Amanda Gutierrez involved again, and look at this delivery to the far post. Lauren just nips in front, loses her defender, tucks it home at the far post. Just minor details, minor moments. Brazil are more proactive on the ball, and they've rewarded themselves with a second finish for the night.
Lauren, who was at the Paris Olympics, came back with a silver medal. She's made 10 appearances and 2 goals for Atletico Madrid this season. She's playing a little bit more of a defensive role this evening in a left back that's pretty much stay at home given the dangers posed by Hayley Rasso, as Cooney Cross goes on one of those brilliant dribbling runs, but she wanted more help from Tamika Yallop there. Here's Adriana now. Fouled by Yallop. Oh, the referee had a long look at it and then let it go. Caitlin Ford against Issa Haas. Ford gets the better of her. And the Matildas going to get that late goal. Back post, Rasso scores! Well, Brazil will feel hard done by that there was no free kick at the start of that move. But Caitlin Ford kept a cool head to set up Hayley Rasso. And just as it was in Brisbane, before the break, the Matildas are back in the game.
Well, this is better from the Matildas, and this is a crucial time to find the back of the net as well. Caitlin Ford does so well to chase this ball down, just to nip in front, keep her feet. Look at the little glance up. She waits for the run of Rasso, and that ball is a world-class delivery. Served on a platter. Hayley Rasso says thank you very much. And that is a wonderful team goal.
Well, Brazil were furious here. There's what they feel was a foul by Yallop on Adriana. It certainly looked at first glance as well. Take nothing away from that pass, Grace. You're absolutely right from Caitlin Ford. It's brilliant. But the complaints from the Brazilian bench, and they are continuing here because one of the staff members has just received a yellow card. Angelina is still having words. Well, if you want to get an idea, you saw how happy they were when they scored. Well, that's how angry they are right now.
I think fair to say it's perhaps a bit of their own medicine that they've been dishing out to the Matildas. Plenty the Australian side didn't get called their way on Thursday evening. And revenge is a dish served cold, and that was the coolest of finishes by the Matildas.
Now Alana Kennedy is asking for time to be added on as Brazil struggle to get this game back underway. We are in the shadows of half-time. Hayley Rasso, goal number 20 for her in green and gold as Tegan Micah comes to defuse that situation. She's been in good goal-scoring form. Hayley Rasso as well. She scored in that remarkable 6-5 victory over Zambia at the Olympics. She was also on the score sheet in the farewell match, the 2-0 victory over China. As here's Gutierrez, who's done well, but so is Kennedy. And again, is she reaching for that right ankle? No, she's okay.
A little worse for wear, Alana Kennedy. She is back to her feet as Tash Pryor continues to warm up in the background. So just want to remain alert for.
Winona Heatley was the most recent debutante, Matilda's cap number 230. We've got a couple on the bench who will be coveting that number 231. Chloe Lincoln, the goalkeeper, Leah Davidson as well, the Melbourne City midfielder, and a Queenslander as well, and Tash Pryor. Angelina and Yallop in the middle. Here comes the corner, and it's met by Angelina. We've got her head on it. Now, Yallop is claiming that she was stamped on there, I think, by the Brazilian skipper.
Brazil have looked dangerous from set pieces, of course. Their second goal came from that short corner.
Well, let's head back down to Niamh Owens, who's keeping an eye on the Brazilian bench for us as well. Niamh, there's plenty going on down there.
Yeah, there certainly is. They were up and about just a moment ago, Robbie, absolutely making their feelings known. Tommy Samani as well has been having a word with the fourth official at times. He claimed the players weren't well looked after in the first game by the referee. We have seen a lot more calls this evening, but both sides having a word with the fourth official as we head toward the end of the first half.
Well, they're probably trying to settle a few scores from Brisbane as well, because she was the central referee there, the fourth official this evening. Tommy Samani's up again, just making some little adjustments. Oh Hyun-jong, the fourth official, who's been bearing the brunt of the two benches so far this evening. Anything but a friendly. Carpenter. Good use of the body from Alana Kennedy. Ellie Carpenter's done well. That experience, that patience to not force the issue, not risk a turnover. If you can, keep control of the ball.
Well, that little passage almost had shades of the goal from Thursday night, where Ellie Carpenter worked well down the right-hand side, persisted with the play. On that occasion, just got a little clip to the foot.
Courtney Nevin steps away. Giovanna steps out of the wall as well, so Cooney Cross delivers to the back post. Rasso peeling off. Oh, she managed to keep that in. I don't think she has. A little rush of blood to the head in the end as she drove that out and over the crossbar. Five goals in her last 10 international appearances for Hayley Rasso. And I talk about that goal-scoring form, Michelle Heyman as well. It's been over a year now. The Matildas have been orphaned of their goal-scoring maestro, Sam Kerr, with that knee reconstruction. Hopefully, only a matter of time for the world's best striker. Ford putting the pressure on Kaká. We talk about the changing of the guard in Brazil. There are also a number of young players and current internationals that haven't travelled, the likes of Geisa for Real Madrid as well, Ludmila, Luana, Ana Victoria, Rafael. As here's Caitlin Ford. A little jink inside. Ford on the right foot, seeing if there's space for a shot. Still Caitlin Ford. Now Rasso. Well defended. Carpenter against Gomes. With Kennedy. Rasso. It's well played again. Carpenter looking for the return ball. The cutback. So close to finding Caitlin Ford, as well defended by Kaká. And of course, there's almost a clash of heads there. Van Egmond and Duda Sampaio. The Matildas are also without a raft of regulars. I mentioned Sam Kerr, Katrina Gorry and Claire Wheeler were both called up for this squad initially. So was Mary Fowler. All unavailable. Courtney Vine, Caitlin Torpy, Amy Sayer as the ground announcer and the crowd thought it was half-time. Not just yet. We've had the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Issa Haas winning that one in the air. Nevin loses out to Adriana. And now it is the half-time whistle. Well, just as it was in Brisbane, it has been athletic, it has been confrontational. Sparks have been flying. Brazil, as they did 3 days ago, racing out to a 2-goal lead before the Matildas pulled the goal back. Caitlin Ford involved as Hayley Rasso found the back of the net, and just as it was in Brisbane, the stage is set. You can see the Brazil staff still contesting a couple of the decisions. It will change nothing, of course. Half-time in Robina. Australia 1, Brazil 2. Well, let's go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with all the half-time analysis with Tara Rushton, Andy Harper and Grace Gill. Just about to get this second half underway. No changes for the South American champions, the Olympic finalists, who are leading this one by 2-1 at the break. But 2 changes from Matildas coach Tommy Samani as the home side look to get something from this friendly contest. Natasha Pryor, the Newcastle Jet, comes on for her first ever appearance in green and gold. She becomes Matilda number 231. She replaces Claire Hunt at the back, the Tottenham Hotspur defender. And the other change has come at the other end, where Sian Fryer will operate on this left flank, having come on for Caitlin Ford, who finished this Brazil series with an excellent goal and a fabulous assist in each game. Sian Fryer, who went very, very close to breaking her international duck as well in Brisbane. She had a couple of chances. She's a local girl for these 2 friendly matches. There are a number of them. Tamiki Yallop, who came through the Queensland Institute of Sport. Kyra Cooney-Cross, who was Queensland born as well. And of course, the real hometown hero so far, Hayley Rasso, the Gold Coast girl, on the score sheet for her 20th international goal. Winona Heatley, Claire Polkinghorne, and Sian Fryer as well, along with Mackenzie Arnold, the other Queenslanders in the Tilly squad. Flag is up again for offside. Grace Gill, the first half was everything that we expected it to be. It certainly delivered on the promise, and now what we'd prefer is the Matildas grow into this one and take the game to Brazil in the second half, something they weren't really able to do in Brisbane 3 days ago.
Well, I think they've set themselves up a little better to be able to do that in this one, Robbie.
Oh, it's missed by Pryor. Giovanna charging through, and she had Amanda Gutierrez alongside her in the middle. She opted against the square pass, and she had a couple of options to provide it as well. A bit of a let-off for the Matildas.
Yeah, all too easily defensively, and perhaps a few nerves as Tash Pryor just settles into the game. And what is a well-deserved appearance for a defender who shows a lot of promise, has the right attributes, good physical presence. But a huge step up, understandably, to international football.
It's Brazil back on the front foot. Alana Kennedy, Ellie Carpenter couldn't keep that one from going out for a corner. The first half saw Brazil with 15 shots to 8. They've already added number 16 at the start of this second half. 8 corners to none in favour of Brazil. This is their first of the second half. The corners don't necessarily mean anything more than territorial domination, really, as that ball goes all the way to the back post. Adriana is there, and it's well played. Pryor. Adriana wins the foot race. Duda Sampaio. Well blocked by Pryor, who's applauded by her teammates. Kaká with the long throw for Gabi Porcillo. Corner given. You can hear the Matildas not happy with the decision, but it's fair to say it's been a far more even more controlled performance, I guess you'd say, from the officials this evening than it was in Brisbane, where it was basically an open bar in the first 45 minutes. Amanda Gutierrez with the ball in. It's still there. Sian Fryer battled hard, and now Rasso. Look at the pace of Gio. Scampered after that one. She's been brought down. Oh, and Giovanna wants to go on with it with Hayley Rasso. Well, there were plenty of words exchanged the last time, and it's continuing here. Brazil again with Gomes. Now Gutierrez. Rasso with the challenge. Heyman ahead of her. A little touchback for Carpenter. Crowded out though, Ellie Carpenter. Gomes surrounded by yellow shirts. The teenage number 7 holds on to it. Gio with Duda Sampaio. Tries a lot from a long way out. That was ambitious, or ambition personified.
We'll catch your breath for just a moment, because the opening passage of the second half has started in quite a flurry. Caitlin Ford taking a well-deserved rest. Ice on that right calf. She had another excellent 45 minutes under her belt.
Kennedy's header. Giovanna pinned for the handball as the ball bounced up as she tried to control. She's one of the young ones, but one of the more experienced ones in this side, just 21 years of age. Giovanna. Portillo with Adriana. Well, Matildas have certainly upped their physicality in this second game. They're not being overrun. The flag stays down. Gabby Portillo blocked by Pryor. Gabby Portillo gets it straight back again. Cross cleared by Kennedy. Adriana straight past Sian Fryer. Brilliantly done. Drives it in. Turned behind by Pryor again. Another corner. Pressure building.
She's a classy player, Adriana. Really confident on the ball. We have a look at the footwork. Just sends Sian Fryer one way, cuts back the other, affords herself a bit of space, and Brazil have continued to look really dangerous off set pieces and corners. Wonderful deliveries into a really dangerous area.
Angelina's ball near post. Isa Haas, the central defender, who's been... Well, let's head straight down to Niamh Owens again at the start of this second half. What can you tell us, Niamh, from the start and the freneticness of this game, which doesn't abate?
The high pace just continues, doesn't it, Robbie? Look, I think there's plenty for Northern New South Wales football to celebrate tonight. We've mentioned Emily Van Egmond, her 151st cap. That's second on the all-time appearance record list, alongside another Newcastle legend in Cheryl Salisbury, and Tash Pryor, now another Northern New South Wales product, making her debut tonight. Her dad, Spencer Pryor, is here in the crowd. He's a former professional footballer himself, an Englishman, played in the Premier League for the likes of Manchester City. I'm sure he would have had a few words of advice for Tash as well in the lead up tonight, and he's watching on now, sitting up with the Polkinghorne clan.
Fantastic, good spot, Nevo, down there on the sidelines. Here's Cooney Cross. Giovanna dispossessed by Cooney Cross. Van Egmond releasing Carpenter. It's good football from the Matildas. Their first foray forward in this second half. Ellie Carpenter still going, the little touch for Rasso. Van Egmond as Carpenter opens out again. Oh, but the pass from Van Egmond, after the lung-busting effort to get forward with ball at feet from Ellie Carpenter.
Well, it was a disappointing end to what looked like a really promising Matildas attack. They had good numbers forward, outnumbering Brazil at the back. The ball from Carpenter needed to come early. Just tease it across the defensive line. When you've got good numbers in and around the box like that, you do want to capitalise, make the most.
Jallup with Van Egmond again. Rasso for Jallup. It's good movement again. On the free kick. Duda Sampaio claiming she got all ball. The Brazilians are not happy. Again, it's a strong challenge, but got the ball first, then perhaps a bit of toe.
And Tamika Jallup continuing to make herself really busy. She's been involved in a lot tonight. Looks very energetic. We've spoken already about her good form with Brisbane Roar, but excellent to see her bring that good form into national team duty as well. This is a dangerous area for a free kick. Alana Kennedy, Courtney Nevin standing over as options. One right foot, one left foot.
Alana Kennedy doesn't mind a free kick. Has scored some fantastic goals in a time, including a screamer this season already. This one into the wall. Got a great goal in the Women's Champions League for Manchester City, where she plays a football alongside Mary Fowler. That goal came in the 3-2 win over St. Polten, the Austrian outfit. They need to keep the energy up. They need to get it back the way it was in the second half of that first half. For the Matildas, Courtney Nevin. Chance to show off that left boot. Oh, now Hayley Rasso's been flattened in the back plate again. Back to her feet. Now Nevin comes again, and it is towards that back post area. Sian Fry with the nod down for Rasso. Fryer goes again. She'll keep it in. Under pressure from Duda Sampaio. Gutierrez clears towards Gabi Porcio. Again, they are dangerous at every opportunity. The Matildas preparing 2 more substitutions. You're allowed 6 in international friendly matches. Only 5 in a professional club game. And of course only 5 since the resumption post-COVID. You're going to see Emily Gilnick, the Melbourne Victory goal machine, going to come on along with Daniela Galic. Kaká, her clearance forward, intercepted by Carpenter.
Well, the question over what the Matildas would do to replace the workload of the likes of a Caitlin Ford, who we know is really irreplaceable. But when you look to those substitutes warming up on the side, about to take the field of play, and Gilnick in excellent form for Melbourne Victory. Danny Gallage not playing a great deal overseas, but a really important part of the future of this Matildas team.
Gilnick has 6 of Melbourne Victory's 10 so far this season. They've just added a 3rd player to that substitution. It was Sian Fryer. Almost took advantage of the hesitation between Kaká and Isa Haas. Charlie Grant, another of the Tottenham trio in the Matildas, is preparing to come on. She is versatile enough to play left or right back. Kaká. Angelina. Van Egmond's header, and now we're going to have that triple substitution then for the Matildas. Courtney Nevin makes way for Charlie Grant. Michelle Heyman is replaced by Emily Gilnick and Emily Van Egmond. Cap number 151 out of the way. She almost headed off with the captain's armband. She gave it to Sian Fryer, who handed it on to Tash Pryor. Those of few caps, trying to pass it around a bit like a hot potato at the moment. Ellie Carpenter, Alana Kennedy will be the likely candidates. Here's Tamika Yallop, releasing Gilnick, keepers in, caught off her line. There's been another coming together in the back play between Duda Sampaio and Hayley Rasso.
Just a little glimpse of Emily Gilnick running into space. And that good goal scoring form, we know she's in for victory. Just some early touches on the ball for her are important.
It's already 5 changes for the Matildas with an hour played. Cooney cross, ball to the back post towards Kennedy. And again, it's Rasso who ends up with the ball. And that's come off Charlie Grant, I think. Throw goes Brazil's way. And now it's Brazil who are going to make their first changes of the contest. Amanda Gutierrez makes way, replaced by Nicoli, who we didn't see in Brazil, wearing the number 17 shirt. And Gabby Porcillo is also making way. There's Dudinya, who's coming on, wearing the number 15 shirt. She heads straight into that central striking role. Nicoli is there as well. So attacking changes from Acho Elias. He's been better the last few minutes from the Matildas. Gilnick beaten in the air by Issa Haas. Ellie Carpenter, who ended up with the captain's armband as they passed it across the back line. There she is, charging forward. She's done well. The Olympic Lyonnais right back with Hayley Rasso. Gilnick's in the middle. Rasso was there as well, couldn't find her. Gomes finding Dudinya in a little bit of space. Yallop tracking back. Charlie Grant getting the better of Gabby Porcillo.
Grant's done well there, just to pinch the ball back for the Matildas after, again, what looked like a really promising attack forward. The Matildas with 5 yellow shirts streaming ahead. Just the 3 blue Brazil shirts to defend. Again, not quite getting that pass right, that final moment, that final bit of execution, that quality the Matildas need in that final third. It's not there at the moment. It's what's hurting them.
Oh, and if the referee had allowed a little advantage there. Galich was looking to release Yallop through. Just came a little too quickly. Just making her feelings known. to the referee. Gilnick's touchdown. Pryor's header. Good challenge from Grant. Little ball for Yallop. Here's Cooney Cross. Continuing to play that very reserved role at the base of midfield. Cooney Cross. Now Gilnick, good use of the body with Fryer. Oh, clattered into by Issa Haas. That's more like the Issa Haas we've come to know over the last 4 or 5 days.
Well, again, nothing subtle about that. Clatters into the back of Sean Fryer, and that one hurts. Issa Haas gets what looks to be a final warning. And Carpenter, now wearing the captain's armband, went in to have a little chat with the referee and really asked the question. Perhaps that one warranted a yellow card.
Certainly yellow card. Oh, that's a great pass. Barrasso couldn't find the cut back and couldn't find a teammate in the middle. Now Gomis. Yallop matching her stride for stride. Angelina now. Really Carpenter, so quick, so focused under pressure from Nicole, but Tegan Micah just getting her wires crossed there. There's the Matildas bench. And a big workout for the likes of Van Egmond. Courtney Nevin, who wasn't even named in the initial starting 11 before that injury to Steph Catley. Alana Kennedy has been a rock at the back. Angelina. Gomis. Pryor's header. Kaká. Charlie Grant all the way back to Micah. She looks long towards Fryer. Giving away quite the height advantage, but I think just about everyone on the pitch is to Kaká. A very tall right back, and she wins it again in the air over Fryer.
Well, there's always these little moments for a team to settle when you do make a host of changes, whether it's positionally or just for personnel. 5 now across the park for the Matildas, and they're just taking a few moments to settle in to those new bodies on the pitch.
And the no-look pass from Duda Sampaio almost found Hayley Rasso looking to grab it. Carpenter with a foot in on Gomis, but it's a good switch for Adriana. Couldn't control, and excellent defensive duties being undertaken there by Sean Fryer.
And a thumbs up deserved there. Switching the point of attack, Brazil. And if Adriana gets that first touch right, it's a different prospect for the Matildas' defence. I've seen the quality of Adriana starting this evening, just pulling the strings, getting involved in everything.
Angelina with the corner. With Nicoli. Dudinya, nice touch. The shot. Just skewing off the top of the laces. Just her second international cap for the Sao Paulo attacking midfielder Dudinya. Let's head back down to Neve Owens, as I can see more movement down on the Brazil bench. What can you tell us, Neve?
I can tell you that the Brazilian bench have been in the ear of the fourth official all night long, Robbie. They haven't been at all happy this evening, and they've certainly been making their feelings known. Been loving the work of Kyra Cooney-Cross tonight. I think she's upped her work rate from Thursday night in Brisbane. She's used to being in the middle alongside Minnie.
Is there a numbers forward here again? Nicoli, her shot blocked, only as far as Gomes. We'll stay with the action for a moment with Dudinha now. A little 1-2 with Nicoli. And Daniela Galic, her cool head, gets it forward. It might come straight back again, though. We'll get back to you in a moment there, Neve, all the way back to Tegan Micah. You were saying?
She's used to plying her trade in the middle of the park there with Katrina Gorry, who she said to me when we spoke this week has been so influential in terms of her settling into this team, and she's now learning to take on that real leadership role in her own right.
Well, we've seen her grow in confidence, grow tactically as well. I think the move to Sweden after leaving Melbourne Victory was good for her as well, as the Matildas are playing on. There's a Brazil player down. Galic shoots, playing by Lorena. And now Angelina again is not happy with the referee. It's Lauren who's down.
Well, the goalkeeper had to hold on to this one. Tamika Yallett, Sian Fryer lurking just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Lorena down comfortably to her right.
Well, if you want to play like the CommBank Matilda heroes you're watching this evening, join a Coles Mini Ruse program. One of the many programs for the development of the youngsters in the Australian game. You can find a program near you at miniruse.com.au.
Well, again, another little stoppage in play. A little opportunity for both sides to grab a quick drink on what continues to be a warm night.
Lauren down receiving treatment. Tommy Samani with Hayley Rasso. Well, Hayley Rasso is certainly going to know she's been in a couple of football matches at the end of this. She's going to need to get on the massage table because she has been kicked from pillar to post and wrestled and scratched and elbowed throughout. Now Lauren is back to her feet, still moving a little gingerly as she makes her way off. Now we're going to have two of the players who went off, or one of them that went off with injury. Faye Palermo is preparing to come back into the game, and so is Bruninha. So two more substitutions coming for Brazil, the number 13 and the number 2. Bruninha, who won the league last year in America with Gotham. She was sent off in the semi-finals this year, just a couple of weeks ago, as they lost to the Spirit on penalties. Kaká. Oh, she just lost away a little bit there. She's starting to feel the heat, just her second cap as well. Charlie Grant with the throw. She's got Gilnick down the line. Sian Fryer wrestling with Adriana. Duda Sampaio. Oh, that was cheeky from Adriana, looking for the little roll through nutmeg, and it almost came off. Now Galic inviting Carpenter forward with Rasso. 2-on-1 here against Gomes. Rasso gets it back. Now Kennedy, everyone forward. The Matildas chasing the game, looking for that equalising goal. Just over 15 minutes left. Rasso with space here. The cross towards Fryer. Here's Yallop. Stolen away by Nicoli. Grant's back heel for Yallop again. But the flag is up for offside against the Brisbane Roar, number 13.
Well, the Matildas showing a bit of promise in that final third, setting a few numbers forward as well. With 15 minutes to play, you do wonder if they'll start to throw a couple more bodies up, just try and grab that equaliser.
Fryer, who was a real bolter for the Olympics just before the final tournament under coach Tony Gustafsson. After the Tokyo Olympics in the semi-final and then the semi-final at the World Cup on home soil, there was so much promise heading to the Paris Olympics. In the end, Tony Gustafsson's reign ending with a little more of a whimper than a bang, going out in the group stage, and we're still no closer to knowing who will be the long-term replacement as head coach of the Matildas. Tommy Samani in his third spell. Gilnick with the flick on. Fryer, plenty of numbers forward there. Nicoli, nice touch. She's done well. Duda Sampaio. Nice little ball in behind for Brunina, but it just runs away again.
Well, Dudinha's looked really good since coming on. Really measured on the ball, composed, and to the point of Sian Fryer. Well, her inclusion on Thursday night, she was excellent. The impact she made when she came on, and tonight too.
A 16th consecutive sellout crowd on home soil for the Matildas. A remarkable achievement. The Matildas certainly have captured the imagination of the nation. An incredible television audience for the quarter-final against France, the penalty shootout in Australia. The match against Brazil in Brisbane was the #1 rating show in its time slot 3 days ago as well, on 10 Bold. And here's the goal by Gabi Porcillo. It opened the scoring this evening, just before the half hour, as she makes her way off, replaced by Faye Palermo. Lauren is also coming off, and so is Kaká, the right back. And the #5, Lace Esteven, comes on. She was one of the metronomes in that midfield, and she's playing a little higher up the pitch, it looks, already this evening, replacing Lauren numerically, but with Duda Sampaio and Angelina in those two pivot positions. We've got Brunina on the right, Faye Palermo on the left.
Well, not just a metronome, Esteban, but also an enforcer in the middle of the park. Got involved in so many duels. Her physicality was really felt by the Matildas.
Yallop with the ball for Carpenter. Carpenter on the charge. Drove it in, and it's Angelina who tracked back, and she had to help out her defence there.
Well, 3 times now, streaming down that right-hand side. Still, whether or not the final delivery has been exactly the right one for the Matildas. That one had a little more promise. Ellie Carpenter just works and works and works. Manages a corner for her side.
Kyra Cooney-Cross will drive to the back post. Hayley Rasso, looked for a moment, she was going to have a free header there. Charlie Grant's lost out to Nicoli, who's on the charge. 3 careering forward in the middle as well for Brazil. Great bit of defending from Sian Fryer.
see what she offers going forward, but to travel 40, 50 yards up the field to put in defensive duties as well, that's just excellent.
Well, Brazil are going for the win here as well. Esteban would challenge Pryor, but here's Dudinha. Dudinha still turning Pryor inside and out. Yallop's header. Brazil have actually switched to 3 at the back in the last couple of minutes, 5 in midfield. Adriana's moved back out to this right wing-back position. Almost had a little coming together there with Sian Fryer. And 2 of the back 3 are the full-backs, Bruninha and Faye Palermo. The touch and the flag up for offside.
But it's definitely not looking to sit back in and just absorb pressure here, still wanting to push forward, try and get another. I think on a couple of occasions now we've seen Tash Pryor tested aerially and to ground as well. Timing has been good.
Yellow card for Nicoli. They're literally going one-on-one at the back while leading 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. That is courageous from Brazil, as here's Cooney Cross. Great pass, brilliant to pick out Rasso. Against Faye Palermo. Drives it in towards goal, but it goes straight out for a goal kick.
Well, Hayley Rasso quick to apologise after what was a blistering pass out from Kyra Cooney Cross. And that kind of ball speed, those little details, that's what the Matildas need to break down this disciplined Brazil defence.
Referee tells Issa Haas to get on with things. Charlie Grant's header for Galic. Fryer still wrestling with Adriana. Gilnick back with Grant again. Pryor. Kennedy for Cooney Cross. Oh, clever. What a player. Kyra Cooney Cross has done brilliantly. She's been fouled by Duda Sampaio. Referee allows the advantage. Carpenter for Rasso. Here she is again. Cooney Cross. No foul from Esteban. 2-on-2. Grant coming across in cover. Nicoli. Blocked by Kennedy. She gets it straight back again though. And blocked again by Kennedy. Nacho Elias appealing for handball. Cooney Cross just pinging the ball wide. It's a brilliant pass again for Gilnick. She's got Yallop ahead of her. It opens up for Gilnick. Shot blocked. Gets it straight back from Galic. But the pass is intercepted. And the flag up from offside. Dudinha knew herself she was offside there.
That was well marshalled by the Matildas' defence, but I must say Kyra Cooney Cross really growing into this game, into the second half. You can see her building in confidence. She's such a well-balanced player, the ability just to drop the shoulder, shift the weight, pull the strings. Fantastic when she's on the ball and flying like that.
Galic finds Rasso. Rasso trying to get away from Faye Palermo. Cooney Cross again for a good mate in North London. Charlie Grant. Oh, great touch. Gilnick. That's a good stop from Lorena.
A good stop from Lorena, but this is what Em Gilnick can bring to this kind of game. A great physical presence. Brilliant first touch. Needed a save from the goalkeeper. How about that? Side of the right boot, that's beautiful from Gilnick.
It may have been missing Goalkeeper wasn't to know it. Both sets of players sucking in the deep breaths. Cooney cross to the back post. Now, Rasso's gone down again. I think, if anything, she may have done the fouling there. It came off second best. Certainly not going to stop her. Oh, now. Lorena is down again, and this is what the crowd finds so frustrating. Alana Kennedy's headed across as well. Tommy Simani, I think, is pretending to see the funny side of it.
Well, if we cast our mind back, it was that left shoulder that was bothering Lorena very early in the match when she made a save and went down. Goes to ground heavily, but with under 5 minutes of regulation time to play, you can understand the frustration and perhaps a bit of that gameplay toward the latter end of this match.
Ellie Carpenter and Hayley Rasso have stayed on the far side. They want to get the game going as soon as possible. The rest of the Matildas squad have come across towards the bench again.
In terms of output, it has been a vastly improved performance by the Matildas, even when we look at what they've been able to produce in the final third on Thursday night's game. Just the 2 shots on target for the entire game. Tonight they've had 7. So that final third work is coming together. There's still a little bit of quality missing, whether it be in the final pass or final decision. But you'd imagine Tommy Simani would be generally pleased with the improvements he has seen.
One thing's for sure, as I think captain Ellie Carpenter now is just checking that the referee is going to add on the adequate amount of stoppage time at the end of this one. We had 13 minutes of stoppage time in Brisbane, as that game ended up going for nearly 2 hours. Now, Carpenter. Can the Matildas get the goal? We know how much that hurt, the loss in Brisbane. Galich keeps it in, does brilliantly. Rasso runs it into the area. Hayley Rasso still. Good piece of defending from Duda Sampaio. Body on the line stuff here from both sides.
And again, just that desperation out of Brazil. Duda Sampaio, she's been a particular standout across both games for the Brazilian side, and Hayley Rasso is continuing to cause damage.
Cooney cross. A glancing header from Galich, driven back in from Grant. She'll get it straight back again. That's a good ball for Galich. Nice turn, free kick on the edge of the area. She can't have any complaints there. Lais Esteban.
Cleverly done by Galich. Receives the ball in a good area, knows the contact is there. It's a bit clumsy. But this position of the field, well, this is a really nice spot for a free kick. Unsurprising to see again the likes of Alana Kennedy.
It's Kennedy placing the ball. Cooney cross. Perhaps just asking if she can have a go. But it will be Alana Kennedy. She's made a habit of scoring late goals. The Matildas could do with one here. And it is tipped over the crossbar. It was nicely struck. And it was heading in.
Forced a save, needed a save. Nice shape on the hit from Alana Kennedy.
The corner. Inside the last minute. Back post again. Rasso straight back in. over Pryor. Galic gives chase. Gilnick at the back post, calling for it back in. Kennedy there as well. Bruninia can't keep it in. The throw is for the Matildas. They're leaving it late, but they're giving it everything, the Matildas. No way through for Galic. Carpenter gets it back from Rasso. Tamiki Yallop had charged into space down the right-hand side. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Carpenter calling for the ball to be taken quickly. Fryer sent to ground in the back play as Brazil look to break. Are they going to land the knockout blow? Not this time. Offside against Dudinya.
Well, again, it's great discipline showed by the Matildas' defence. You could just see them reading the play as the ball came through. Alana Kennedy holding a line oh so well. Had to get that right.
Tegan Micah with the free kick. Nacho Elias, he was not happy about that offside call. They have an army of staff here, Brazil, debating every decision. They've got a couple of video analysts up here as well. It's a good touch from Gilnick. Faye Palermo in the right place. Gomez closed down quickly by Carpenter. And again, brilliant stuff from Ellie Carpenter, and she's won the corner. Look at the urgency. She wants the ball quickly. No one's giving her an option short. The tall timber come forward. Kennedy and Pryor. Galic is there. Gilnick. In it comes. Rasso again at the back post. Oh, and she's clamped down on the shot and dragged it wide.
Time and time again it has fallen to Hayley Rasso at the back post. Delivery drops to her. She just hooks the shot a little wide. Plenty of traffic in front.
Now one over the top, Dudinya. This time the flag stays down. Charlie Grant does well. Tegan Micah, it's been a very positive return between the posts for her, even if it does end this way with the defeat. She made a number of fantastic saves. Cooney Cross is starting to look a little tired there. Substitution coming. The last for Brazil. Aline Gomes is coming off, and it's going to be Vicky Albuquerque who's going to come on, the number 19. The throw taken quickly. Gilnick. Carpenter. The cross towards Rasso. Can't get there. Neither can Grant. Pryor encouraged to come forward. Issa Haas's header. Gilnick jumping and fouling Lorena. Hayley Rasso almost coming and just making sure, don't you dare go down.
Tash Pryor with the re-entry into the box. It's the right idea. Numbers forward just has to get the ball into the dangerous area. The delivery not quite right. But Gilnick does well to challenge.
Well, we've seen plenty of fight. We've seen two outstanding football matches between these two sides. The starting debut for Winona Heatley. A Matildas debut for Tash Pryor, and perhaps, oh, as Kennedy couldn't get the touch for Yallop. Huge collision between Brunina and Sian Fryer. Galic with Rasso. Daniela Galic gets it back into the feet of Gilnick. Angelina can only poke it straight back out to Ellie Carpenter. Is this the moment for the Matildas? Yallop towards Gilnick. Issa Haas with a great defensive header, and look out, so strong. Esteban. She's got Nicoli coming up on her outside. She might go it alone. Lais Esteban trying to curl it, and saved by Tegan Micah.
Well, it's a quality save to top off a quality night for Tegan Micah. Tash Pryor's done well just to retreat, to wait for a little bit of reinforcement to help her back there. Kyra Cooney-Cross tearing back. Has run out this game really well. A much better second half from Cooney-Cross. But a corner to defend perhaps the last play of the evening.
Well, the Matildas need it up the other end. There's still 90 seconds left. If they can win the ball back quickly, they may be able to race up the other end. That's gone out. It'll be a goal kick. Well played, Hayley Rasso. Tegan Micah needs to launch it long. Charlie Grant can't get the header. It falls to Carpenter. Into Galic. Yallop, good ball. Back for Daniela Galic. Looking for the pass for Gilnick, who's wrestling with Bruninia. And again, tempers fraying. Gilnick was not happy with the attentions of Bruninia there.
She's the ultimate competitor, and Gilnick does not take a backward step. The idea from Galic was right as well. The ball perhaps just a little too much behind it.
Just a matter of seconds left. Adriana just wants the ball out into the crowd, sending it towards the Brazilian assistants. There are so many of them, they're not all allowed on the bench, so there's staff sitting up in the stands as well for Brazil. As there goes the final whistle. Back-to-back victories in this friendly series for Brazil, who show what it means to them. It's like they've won the World Cup. The way they celebrate, that's what it means to knock off the Matildas on home soil. Such is the status of the green and gold in international football. It's a disappointing couple of results for Tommy Samani's side, but they can't really have any complaints either. It wasn't always pretty. It was often very physical. But at the end of the day, Brazil showing that this next generation, great fair play between the coaches and staff of both sides. It may have frayed on the pitch, but plenty of respect there as well. We see the journey left for these new Matildas to travel, to compete with the world's best, as it finishes here on the Gold Coast. Brazil 2, Australia 1. And let's head straight down to Neve Owens.
Emily Van Egmond, an incredible crowd here for another milestone game for you tonight. It was a physical one. How'd you find that?
Yeah, Brazil's a quality side. We saw in the first game they were really physical, and again tonight. Unfortunately, they got the better of us on set pieces, something we have to get better at. But I thought towards the end the girls put in a great shift and probably unlucky to come away with an equaliser.
I know you don't love talking about the personal milestones, but 151 games tonight, that leads you equal with Cheryl Salisbury, another Newcastle legend. How special a milestone is it to bring up?
Yeah, Shez is an absolute legend of the game, and you know, to obviously hit 150 is something I'm really proud of. To be able to share it with these amazing girls, and some of the staff that I've been able to, you know, play for many years, it's special, and yeah, I'm just, you know, grateful to have been able to have the opportunity to do so, and yeah.
You've pulled that jersey on for 14 years now. In that time, we have seen the crowds grow to a level that's hard to believe at times. Do you look around at times and think about that growth that you've lived?
Yeah, I think everyone's played a part from the very first Matildas team to now, and we're obviously fortunate to reap the benefits of everyone coming out here and supporting the Matildas, and they're muchly deserved. Off the back of the World Cup campaign, it's been massive, and yeah, we just love coming home and being able to play in front of all of our loyal fans, and yeah, we're so thankful for the support.
I saw your dad Gary up in the stands today. How important's family been on your journey?
Yeah, everything. You know, he's probably been my #1 supporter, former Socceroo himself, so you know, the sacrifices he's made to be able to give me the opportunity to get to this level, I probably won't be able to thank him enough, and that's for the whole of my family as well. They've been amazing, and yeah, I'm just, you know, very lucky and fortunate, and don't take it for granted.
Congrats, Em. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
A very special moment for Emily Van Egmond there. She celebrated and played her 150th cap in Brisbane against Brazil on Thursday night. Has been part of this side for over a decade and a half. An incredible career she's had thus far in the midfield here tonight. And as we wrap up what we've seen here on the Gold Coast, well, it was another brutal encounter, Andy Harper and Grace Gill. What we saw play out, exhausting. The humidity was absolutely sapping when it came to what happened on the park. But even you look at this, Brasso involved, Caitlin Ford and Kaka. They were just pulling shirts off each other, left, right and centre, rough and tumble. They didn't take a step backwards, did they, Harps?
No, not at all. I mean, we look at the highlights now and you wonder if it's the World Game or the Women's State of Origin that we've just watched. I mean, two really physical clashes, two very entertaining games of football. And despite the fact that we are highlighting the physical aspect of it, there was no small measure of skill, particularly from the visitors. And you have to bow to the better status over two games. Fair and square, they beat Australia on home soil in consecutive games. And no wonder they're celebrating. They were outstanding.
Yeah, and it really picked up exactly as it left off from Thursday night. Physical, intense, energetic. There was more quality about tonight from both teams, I would say, the Matildas and Brazil as well. But you're right, Harps, it's just that edge, the moments Brazil. You do have to applaud them because this is a very promising group. And if this is an inexperienced group that we touched on across the course of the game, well, the future of Brazil football looks very bright.
I mean, if we compare the two, and before we get into the nuts and bolts, Brazil have farewelled some pretty big players. Marta, Formica, Christian. Now, these are players who've been major foundational players over the last 15 years. 100, 150, close to 200 caps. And what we've seen as those players have moved on is these youngsters come in. Untested, certainly to our eye, but haven't they caught our attention over 2 days? And so then that focus needs to go on the local scene here as well. And the investment that still needs to be made in the game to bring our youngsters through to compete at this level in those crunch moments. Again, the second half, there was a litany of really promising circumstances on which we couldn't capitalise. That's the difference between winning and not at international level.
So they couldn't get it done here tonight, 2-1. The final score, God, the Ice Packs are out because that's how bruising the encounter was here this evening. We're up to a short break. Don't go anywhere. More reaction live from the Goldie on the other side. We'll be joined by Tamika Yellop at the panel.